Similes and metaphors. Similes and metaphors are used in literature to forge connections between the reader and the writer. They really help us visualise imagery in our minds through comparison. Similes use like and as. Something was like another thing. And metaphors are stronger. They say it is this other thing. But they're both about the same business. They're both forging connections between two different entities to help us visualise what's going on. So, here are some similes as examples. The scar was like a big red crack across ice and might suddenly open up and swallow her into herself, screaming herself into herself. The scar was like a crack. Love set you going like a fat gold watch, like a watch. The melody strides up and down the scale like a man in big boots. He sat still as a mouse. His heart was thumping like a drum. So with all those examples, you've got two things, and we're being helped to visualise one through the use of the other. It's like an intensifying technique, a bit like boiling stock, I guess, something like that. Metaphors are one step up. One of the most famous is in Romeo and Juliet. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Now, Juliet isn't a sun, obviously, but Shakespeare's intensifying Romeo's passion for her by using a metaphor rather than a simile. Not Juliet is like the sun, but Juliet is the sun. The intensity is that strong. One of my favourite songs by Sheryl Crow, Every Day is a Winding Road, is a great metaphor. Of course, a day isn't a road, but it helps us imagine what she's singing. There's a really lovely scene in a movie called Gallipoli, which I really love, which shows the double usage of metaphors and similes working in conjunction with each other. It's about a runner and his trainer, and they have an exchange. The trainer says, "What are your legs?" And the runner says, "Springs, steel springs." What are they going to do? Hurl me down the track. So this metaphor idea of your legs as being springs is helping this runner run faster. But the exchange continues. How fast can you run? As fast as a leopard. How fast are you going to run? As fast as a leopard. Then let's see you do it. I think this idea of visualisation is often used in sports training. I know that in singing it's used too. The idea of opera singers being visualising spreading their vocal cords like wings. The power of physical suggestion. So you've got a metaphor being used, my legs are steel springs, and you've got a simile, I'm going to run as fast as a leopard. And those two things in conjunction create a really powerful impression to make this runner run for his life. So that is a little resume of similes and metaphors.